Ta-da! Okay. Hopefully, this isn't too bad. Just been trying to keep stuff sorted and get stuff sorted, and it's just been a pain, but I think we're alright. We've got ourselves a drink. And phone won't stop buzzing. I'm thinking what we can do today is we could either do some UMG stuff, or we could have a go at making some like levers. So you put like levers down and make them do things. I thought that could be a fun little thing to tackle. Yeah. 7, hey, how's it going? So that's off right off the bat with this, but I'm getting an error trying to launch my Quest 2 in UE5 Preview 2. Did not find a bind listener. Honestly, with UE5, I don't really know. It's too unstable right now. It's like if you're in the Discord, it's pretty much everyone's saying like don't use it. You should stick with 4.27. Like it does work for VR, but at this point you can't tell if a bug is with the engine or with your code. So it's a bit of a difficult one to help with, unfortunately. But if you drop over to the Discord and post some logs, we might actually be able to take a look at it and see what we can help you with. Could be a good one to do. So let's switch over. Let's jump in. Make sure our hands are still working. I've been currently working on adding the hands back to 4.27 template, so I can actually like point at stuff now. And the cool thing is as well, if I open up the menu, I can like actually interact with it with my finger. And I just quit out of it. So got some cool stuff in here. Choo choo, figured to ask. No worries. I honestly wish I could help. It's just at the minute it's too unstable to be able to figure out. Like on my machine, I can't even get the SDK to kick into gear to be able to use it properly. Cool. Yes. Come on, grab. Trigger animations. Everything's working. So I wonder if it might be worth me setting up these guns to be a little bit better, more accurate. What would be a good way to do that? Because I'm trying to think of this as like a little pack that I might be able to make for download. So adding some cool stuff to this would be pretty fun to do. Funky. I spent a day getting the SDK and stuff set up, and so close. Just got this one error when it tries to build. Bind listener. That sounds like a controller input thing, to be honest. The best thing I'd suggest is literally just trying to Google it and seeing what comes up, especially on the Unreal forums. But don't stick to UE5. Put something like UE4 unbind error, and then it'll point you in the same place. Hopefully the same direction as well. Cool, so this is sorted. Triggers are working. I do need to create a little backup of this one first before we get started. Template. This would be 1st of the 4th, 22. Just get this built. Darth, happy Friday. I am so glad it's Friday. It's nice that it's almost finished. I am going to find some music that I can listen to while we do this stream. So, YouTube music. Because I think I can listen to music and then hopefully it won't get taken down. Awesome. Hopefully we're alright for this. So how's everybody's week been then? Has everybody had a rough week as well, or has it been kind of alright? Because ours has been pretty annoying, to be honest. Yeah. Alright. Okay. I'm kind of lost on what to do. Because what I really want to do is I want to migrate over the card system that I had built in the other project. The one that we did on a stream a little while back. Because I want to actually turn this into a game. But I know one of the things that I need for the game is a lever. Like a lever that you can pull down. It's something with file server. I guess I'll leave you alone about it. I'm honestly not too sure. I don't mind you asking, like, but I'm honestly not too sure what it is or what it could be. GSVR template. I'm going to rename this one, I think. I'm lost what I'm doing. Okay, what we got? We've got hands in it now. Interactions. It doesn't have line trace because we're actually touching stuff with it. We could do with making a little button that just takes us to another level, and then we just start from there. Because I do have to add the smooth locomotion stuff to this as well at some point. Bring it to the Discord and I'm sure you'll get some help. Definitely. Okay, blueprint, actor, underscore, button, to do a widget. Part of me wants to just make a new level and then just start setting that up. I'll back this up so we should be okay. Then we've got GSR template. Cool. Okay, screw it. Let's do this. Let's do underscore shape. And let's go ship assistant. Like, I've kind of got an idea in my head what I want to do, but just need to actually sit down and plan it all out. But one of the things I need to do is... okay. I really should have planned this first. We got guns, we got hands. It might be worth me just making a notion board. Where is it? I think I've got a little game board, Trello board. Because the thing is, as well, I want to start planning some texture atlases and things like that. So I've got an idea for like a small project that I want to work on, and it's like I want to use texture atlas like this, so we can try and make it as efficient as possible, and then we can have environments like decently complex ones, but with low draw call and low poly count. So that's kind of the idea that I'm going for. But I know one of the main things that I need is the like a whole sub-level list, and then everything from that. But I'm not too sure how much to do on stream and then how much to do off stream as well. So it makes it a little bit more difficult. They just need to jump in, don't we? Kind of want to do some 3D. Oh. See, today's just been so hectic and so crazy that I was like, I'm just going to do a stream and then we'll figure it out as we go. And now I'm doing it, I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. So we can use this to hang out and then go from there. What do I need to set up? I'm trying to think of systems that I can set up. One thing I do need to do is create a component for these guns that is a line trace component. Blueprints. Just do with a new folder for components, like, but blueprint. Roberto, hello. Thanks for joining. Transform scene component. Weapon line trace. Should be over right from that. Scene component, weapon line trace. Okay. So we get the owner, and then we've already got muzzle location. I should be able to get the owner, shouldn't I? Muzzle location, scene component. Get component by class. Is that not the same as that one? Targets actor. Ah. No! What is going on with this template? Pistol, template, muzzle. Muzzle location, scene component. Because it doesn't exist in here, does it? Nope. That'll be why I can't find it. So if I can't find it in there, that means... Is it going to be in engine content? No, I've already got those enabled. Some of the stuff in this is so confusing. Like, why is that a component? It could just be an arrow. It's just an empty component, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's just an empty component. Get owner. Can we do component by name? Get parent component. Have you got your Oculus account back? I was lucky enough to get it back. I was able to get it back, I think, on Monday. Monday or last Friday, one of the days. But it's all still linked up to like Facebook and stuff like that, even though they unlinked it and did a whole load of crap with it. So it's been a right pain, but it is back. get owner. Class. Arrow component. I'm just going to use arrow component for now. Because I can't actually find the muzzle location, even though it's the scene component. And reference. Yeah, find class, it doesn't exist. Yeah, world transfer. I got it last Tuesday. I'm super glad they got our accounts back because they spent a ton of money on games. Yeah, I had definitely got like a 150 plus, like pounds/dollars worth of stuff on mine. Plus, I use it for work as well, which is quite a pain. UE4 line trace. Yeah, if you've seen me do streams before, you know that I can never remember how to do these things. So get world location, get rotation, get world transform, split. Might as well keep those in the same one, because this just means that I've got to add a arrow component to the pistol now. To muzzle location, and then to that it would be add the weapon line trace. I'm really annoyed that I can't access that muzzle location. It seems pointless. I'm quite new to your streams. Are you making a VR shooter game? I'm making something. I don't really know what it is yet, but I've got an idea in the back of my head that I'm kind of aiming for. So it's just setting up the base stuff to get that into a workable position right now. We did a lot of it a little while back with I think it was this template. Let me put this on the other monitor and I'll make sure it's the right one. Custom template. Which one are we in? Custom templates. That's not the right one. Can't see it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, if I open this one up, I'll show you. Might be worth me putting it on the other monitor anyway. It's just a reference. So this is basically like a mashup of different mechanics that I've got. So if we jump in, it's gonna run like crap, I think. Come on. Cool. So I've got the smooth locomotion in this one, so I can pick stuff up, and then two-handed weapons, which I've set up, which I do need to add to the other one. But you can see with this one, I've got a line trace built into it, and this is what I kind of want to add to the new project with the stuff. So we've got two-handed weapons. We've got the single-handed stuff, which is pretty good. But this is probably the main bit. So we've got like a currency system set up, so I can buy health boost, so increase player health by 25%, stamina, damage, and then destroy all bridges. Purchase those, and then it would be, I think I removed one of the menus, didn't I? Oh, switch. So there's the cards that we've bought, and then I can select these ones to use in the game. So these are like the cards. So I'd say I want to add health to it. So I add 25% health to my player, increase my stamina by 50%, but I take 10% more damage, and then when I add it up, it actually changes the player's info, and then does it this way, and then I can actually go through and remove these as well. So I can affect like the gameplay as we go through it. I removed the AI stuff from this one because I wanted to redo it, but we've got like body shots and stuff, so I can hit different body parts to do different things. We can climb. It's a bit janky, but it works. And then kind of got that. So basically I'm recreating this little project much better in the new, like the new one. That's the goal anyway. Because that would be a really good basis to work from with like my game idea. It's just been just a lot of work. That's cool. What software are you using to make the game? Since I would also like to make a VR game. This is just Unreal Engine. So I'm currently using Unreal Engine 4.27. It's all free. Just hop over to Epic and download it. And then we can actually code everything else in here as well. So if we want to play, like this is what our player is. So everything's coded in here. But I've got a lot more just to do with the VR hands and widget interactions and stuff. But yeah, exactly what Darth says. Head over to Discord and we'll help you out and get started. There's always somebody looking to help. Okay, so what I'm going to do is... So just because it's a bit easier, I've got my stuff on the other screen, that project I just showed. So I'm going to look into that and see what I can actually maybe bring over. AI body component. I wonder if I should just try and migrate some stuff over and then see what happens. Single shot component. Custom event fire. I don't have an enemy in this, but this is what we're after. Control C. I can't make one right now because I only have a Mac, but I'm going to save up and get a good PC and then try to make a game. We've got people in the Discord who are using Mac. It's not easy. It's rather difficult to get set up and they've had a lot of issues with it, but we do have people in the Discord who are using Mac to build VR games. You can also partition your Mac, I think it is, so you can have a Windows build on there as well. Trigger pressed, fire. Okay. Let's do blueprint class. Is it scene component? Yeah. Scene component. Single shot. And then we've got this one, yeah. Daryl. I think she started using Parallels on the Mac. Yeah, I know she started to use something that can do it. I thought that was the same as like splitting the partition. Not entirely sure. I is not a Mac person. So I used a custom event in this one. Can I not do... So let's remove that single line trace. Single shot. If I add this to our pistol, we can disconnect this part. Well, we'll just move it all out of the way. So we get trigger pressed, we activate delete you, muzzle location, that's fine. Single shot. Single shot component, attach that to muzzle location. pop that there, then we should be able to have the line trace come from that. So single shot, get custom fire line trace. Let's just remove that. Cool. So now we got our line trace. So that's all we need for this. And then ideally we can swap out this single shot for stuff like a shotgun component or a machine gun component and that kind of thing, and then feed the information straight through to this for what it needs to do. We get the muzzle location. I'm just going to copy this code over. See what happens. Create. Is that the right one? Scene component. Yep. What's the location that goes through? Hit actor. I don't know if I need the bone name stuff for this. Surface type. And then okay. Surface type. Target a single shot component. That's fine. Don't actually need that. Save. Pistol. So we set this to visibility for 1 frame. Pistol. Single shot. That should be enough to fire. Should literally be all we need. I can just remove that muzzle location and I just place it. Saves me having to do an extra step. So pistol, fire. The only thing is I don't know which direction this is going to face. So we add an arrow component. It's gone the wrong way. Play, and then hopefully we should be able to fire this now. Oh, it seems to be on the ground. Oh, it's because I'm not setting the location. I was doing that through the muzzle location. Yes. I don't think I'm using that anywhere else. Can you get self? So I just need to get world location. Target self. See how that fires. I wonder though, I don't think it's UE itself on a Mac as much as VR and UE on a Mac. Probably developing for a mobile or even a first person game is still fine. Yeah, it's just the rendering really. It depends on your graphics card. Okay, why can't I see? We're still in this. Dismiss. Okay, we're going sideways. There we are. Okay, we're getting back on track. Pistol. Oh, I only turned the arrow component. I didn't rotate the actual single shot. Okay. There we go. Okay. Let's do new folder. Grab component, single shot. Even after all these years of using Unreal, I still put spaces in stuff. Weapon type components, because now I can actually just take this and then make new ones. So in here, I've got a shotgun component as well, I believe. Single shot. Or maybe not. I think I did it in the tutorial, didn't I? Okay, so that's done. Now I can easily swap in and out this component. So I swap that out, I can have different weapon types. I'm not too worried about having different bullets and stuff just yet. But I do know we need a game instance. It doesn't come with one, does it? Game instance, select. Game instance VR. In any other project, this is where I was like storing everything. So everything gets fed through here and then it can go out through the other levels. But I'm not too sure how well those screens are going to switch over. It's probably going to bring everything in, so I definitely have to redo them all. Might do some door stuff. We got the weapons. We can go from there. So game instance, we're gonna have stuff in here like player health and all that. I need to decide how I want to display the information. I don't really like the idea of having a HUD, but for my idea I kind of might need one, but I'm not too sure how well HUDs work in VR. Because I don't actually play that many games. Yeah, HUD. Give it a little Google. So yeah, everybody seems like they attach the HUD to something else. It's never attached to the screen. Which would make sense because it would just make you feel sick if it moves with you. And then if you've got something at the bottom, you've got to strain your eyes. I could make it like a little device that goes on your wrist. That would be... that would make more sense. Okay, so we got standard stuff. So left control, left arm, we bring that up, we can have basically our display. So it's just working out what information we need on it. I don't have any good drawing stuff on my computer, so I normally just doodle stuff on a notepad. But I'm gonna have to do like a VR wrist display. Yeah. Not too sure of a good way to do it. That could be one thing I could add, is create a component that shows things that you can interact with. I wonder if we could do... I think it'd have to be a custom actor. Because I kind of want a component that we can add stuff to, but it doesn't let you. Don't have a components inside components. What would be a good way to do this? Because I'm thinking something like this after a quick Google. So like a little ring that like hovers over stuff that you can pick up. It's like super simple to do. Could work quite well. Blueprint class. But I want it to be a component. I'm gonna... Doesn't let you. Because I kind of need to spawn something in, but it needs to be cheap, like performance-wise. So let's do... Let's say we just make something. Because I've got to do a component and spawn it in. Blueprint class. Interactable. So I can spawn an actor from class. So I could create a component and then just have it spawn in the main thing. Grabbable small cube. Don't think that'll be very good. Yeah, well, mine is from 2030, so it won't be much test. No, okay, 2030 is a pretty far away laptop. That would be pretty brutal to do. I don't know if you're still here, Darth, but I was generally considering that what's it called? It's like the game ability system or something, GAS? I can't remember what it's called. On the Epic Store. Let's load up the marketplace. Search. I searched it on the Epic launcher and it opened up the web page. Yeah, this one. I'm still thinking about grabbing it. Game ability system or something? Yeah, game ability system. The only thing is I'm not too sure how well I could use it for this project. But it would be an interesting one to have. Then go through it that way. Switch on the line trace. Got that in there. I would have the smooth locomotion, but I think that's going to be an absolute pain in the ass to set up. But it would be worth doing because I genuinely need it in there anyway. We got a template. Where is it? Blueprints. Fail one. I just got to remember how to do it. Okay. I'm going to do a new backup because I've got a feeling I'm going to wreck this. Why does it... It's... This, I swear to God, this gets worse when I'm on stream. You. Just gets way worse when I'm on stream. It just glitches out. Okay. VR porn. I'm gonna clear these because I don't need to see them in the thing. Because the way I've got it set up anyway, they still exist. There they are. Cool. Just stops them showing up in the image. Or it should do. Probably once I reload it. Okay. Again, the wrong one. Class defaults. Class settings. Character. Origin. Do we not just have access to a blank component anymore? Scene component. VR origin. This one is as it is. Then let me double check. Everything to do with the player is a child of that origin, including the camera. Origin. Cool. Camera. Right at the bottom. Minus 85. Let's turn that off, because I'm pretty sure that's the one that always screws people over when they're trying to do the when they're trying to follow along to the tutorial. So now I should be able to just copy this whole lot over. I'm fully expecting this whole thing to break now. If it doesn't, I'll be surprised. Use smooth locomotion. Create variables. I'll have to go through as well and set this up so these all have the right things. So use smooth locomotion, crouch height, create variable. Crouch height. Okay. So which one are you? Smooth locomotion, we want that set to true, because we want to use that off the start. Movement dead zone, it's like 0.2. Yeah. 0.2. Thumbstick axis. Turn dead zone 0.2. Why stop time degrees defaulted to like minus 45? Delay, snap rotation value. Stop 10 degrees. the origin. Capsule half height. So that's the thing, these ones are set on begin play. Use smooth locomotion. Spell it wrong again. Won't let me rename it. Okay. Okay, let's do set smooth locomotion. No, that's something will break. Choose the time update room scale. Component, that's fine. Object, update room scale. Can't remember which one is update room scale. U. So that fires U on tick. Axis left, right. And then which other stuff we got? Got player jump. Smooth locomotion sprint. And I've got a feeling as soon as I press play that we're going to launch right up into the air. Update room scale. Okay. Input action sprint, which is, I can't remember which one it is. So I kind of want to change these so when you like lift your hands up in the air, you jump instead, which would be much better to do. So let's just remove those and then we can put them back in if we need to. Okay, compile, save, file, save all. This is probably going to break horrifically. And you need to be there now. Okay, I'm really tall. Okay, when I move, I'm rotating. And I can still teleport. Okay. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Although I'm not too sure why I'm so high up. I think what I've probably done is I messed up a value somewhere. Movement dead zone. 0.2, 0.2, thumbstick axis value. Set. Okay, that's fine. Snap rotation. 15. 15. Capsule half height. 0. Crouch height should be 60. Movement dead zone. Dead zone. Turn dead zone. 0.2. Okay. That's okay. Why are we so high? Our camera's on the bottom and then we flip up. Did not work. I know why we're snapping with the left thumbstick. It's because it's actually set up in the template to rotate it with the left thumbstick. And there it is. There we are. Don't know why I can't, or why I couldn't teleport. I also don't know why I'm so tall. So yeah. So how's everybody doing then? Everyone alright? Original template code. Cool. Use controls of hands, that's fine. One of the gravities thing, make that drop down. To clamp that on. And then we'll jump over to the editor. Pause. It's not going to let us eject, is it? No. Aha. That is why it is not working. Because I moved everything except the VR origin. One capsule. Okay. There we are. So now when I pick up a weapon, it should probably mess up. Yeah. So as soon as I'm not inside the capsule, we're okay, but as soon as I touch it, we'll go into it. Just the same collision issue. I still really want to figure out a better way to do it. So it's just the capsule, like, doesn't think about the player. It doesn't think about the weapons. So pawn. Because normally I set it up so if I go to the capsule, pawn. it has a new collisions tab that's basically just like ignore a block, and then we use that. But I basically just need it so the gun is ignored. Can I set this so grab component, collision, try grab. So, pretty sure there is a. We got try grab. Should simulate. Because it's the get owner I want. So actor enable collision. Let's see if we just do something silly like this. Because we can set this up so we don't have to like redo stuff. Okay, that worked. We can't knock over boxes and stuff. But that is that's so much better. Aw, damn. We got teleport as well. You can't use the A one. That's all. Oh, you can. I like the thumbstick forward anyway. Cool. Oh, that's an issue. So I don't need collision when I'm holding these weapons, but I don't know whether people will want it. Because it would be nice if I could just get the owner, set the collision to ignore. Custom ignore pawn. Anything to make my life easier. If I just have to remember to change the collision to ignore pawn, then we'll be good. Nope, that didn't work. Because you just do set actor enable collision here to false, so. Disable active collision on grab, and then we've got try release. See if we can do it this way. The only thing I've got a concern about here is if I let go of the weapon. So yeah, we're good. If I let go of the weapon inside of the collision box, it's gonna shoot away. Yeah. And I can't pick it up. I don't know where it went. Okay, we just lost a gun. It just bounces away. Whoa. I think what I just need to do is just set the weapons to ignore rather than trying to figure out some complicated way to do it. Pistol, skull mesh, physics body. I'm going to try that. Nope. Okay, let's do that. On camera, block. Yeah, because I just need a custom collision that doesn't stops it from falling through the floor. But allows us to walk over it. Because we don't want to be able to kick the guns away. Which I think we can do, yeah. No. Okay, so it's over there, we're fine. And then, okay. I can't remember what the default was. Capsule collision, and then what is the gun? I'm just gonna set up another thing. Collision. Edit. Project settings. Collision. And then user channel. VR interactable block. Presets. New. Collision enabled. Description. Cool. Okay, accept. Pistol. We set this to VR interactable, and then the pawn, the player, set to ignore. I think that should work. Be easier than fiddling around with it all. Nope. Why is that? So, capsule. Yeah, instruction, that's fine. Was it a pawn? And then pistol. Mesh. Skull mesh set to VR interactable. That should be it. Yeah. For a non-programmer like me, how would I know Which node will work best for my needs? Just trial and error. It's a difficult one. It's just something you learn as you go through, of like what nodes do what things, and then you can kind of just get the hang of it. But it's much easier to code with visual coding like this than it is for like C++, let's say. But it's definitely easy. You just get the hang of it as you go through. And a lot of it's very intuitive as well. Most of the stuff you deal with is your variables. It's just learning how to set and unset and then use those to do different things. It's just kind of how it works. But the more you do it, the more experience you get with it and the easier it becomes. I don't know why my player is not overlapping. Let's try overlap. Nope. Camera. So yeah, my capsule's right. My weapon is also correct. Type over intractable. I don't think I put it in here for... So this is the other project I'm looking at. And I can't remember if I've done something in here to do the collision. Try grab. No, let me take a look at my documentation. Cool. Log. So I got my little blog post here. Pretty sure the first thing I do is set up the collisions. So yeah, that's right. Okay. Collision query, no physics body. It seems alright. Just not too sure why my player keeps kicking it. Because the only thing in here that has collision is our capsule. Let's try that. All I can do is keep trying. I thought I had it. Yeah. Okay. What else have I got in here? Handgun. That's really annoying. Slash. mesh. Collision presets. So my presets are the same. So this is a new one, object type. Compared to this one, so pawn. Done. VR interactable. Because I changed that. Block. Accept. Project settings. Exactly the same. Let me try restarting it. What if it just needs to update the INI? It's possible anyway. Okay. No, it's still doing it. I don't know why I can't just change it to just ignore the pawn. So ignore the character. Custom. I think I need it to be on physics body. Ah, so close. Nope on. Simulate. Can't save. File. Save all. Because I don't do anything else, I believe. What is that? Objects. Let's go through and see if I can find it. All I'm doing is just going through my little blog post I wrote about it. So I'm pretty sure I don't modify anything else. Component, yeah, fixing interactables and grabbing objects without moving. Okay. Why did I remove that one? Aha! Okay. What is it? VR interactable. That's what it is. And that is in grab component event graph. Event graph. VR interactable. And then we set the collision. Hopefully this works now. Okay, I can't pick it up. Set collision profile name, interactable VR pawn. This one, grab component. I think this is what my code tells me to do. Sphere trace for objects that can be grabbed. VR intractable. Yes! It's exactly what we want. Oh well, my hand just disappeared. I don't know, I lost tracking. Don't know where my hand went. Might be a bug. Let's just keep it on. We don't want physics buddy actually. Remove your element. I'll save all. So this is starting to look pretty cool. This is like an actual place I can start building something from now. Although I'm not too sure why that controller disappeared. I can shoot myself. So I need like a little wristwatch here that I can actually control, which will be the best way to do it. Don't know what the slow-mo was there, but works pretty well. Alright, I'm so happy with this. File, save all, go upon. Didn't have to edit anything in here. I do want to take this and then I don't know if I could get the velocity from the controller to do jump, or if I just do a button press for now. So Y, project settings, input, do I need, yeah, okay, left Y. I kind of want this to be a bit more than just the Quest, so I need to figure out a name, so let's just call that jump. Oculus left Y pressed. Okay. I also want to modify it so I can look over stuff. So at the minute, if I walk up to something and I move over the top of it, the character gets pushed back. So if I'm like trying to look over a table or something, it doesn't really work that well. And that is being caused by the update of our room scale, if I remember correctly. So let's do get VR origin velocity. Get component velocity. Print string. See if I do it this way. Nope. Okay. The origin. Cool. So velocity is greater than. Kind of want to do all of these, so I don't think I can combine velocities or combine 3 floats into one float value. Combine floats. See if I can find anything. No, I can append. UE4. Affected a float. Because I want to get the velocity, so get component velocity, and then see if that's greater. Would a dot product work? I don't actually know what that will print out. Dot product plus 0. Nah, just 0. Okay, that works. If it's greater than 0, we can move. So what we can do is we can actually stand over the top of the table. So let's say I'm stood up. And then I can walk over to it, so I can't do it. If I moved forward originally, it would stop. But now I can stand over the table. And then when I press the trigger, then it moves me back. It does, unfortunately, mean that I would be able to like poke my head through walls. But then as soon as I move, it pops me back in. So that's something to consider. I could do a check to see if players colliding with a static mesh or a wall or something, and give tables and stuff you can lean over a tag, but that'd just be a pain. I wonder if I can just take all of this and put it into another graph. No, breaks this one. Then again, smooth locomotion, paste all that in, custom event. I thought I could have them in here and in there. To be fair. Smooth motion. So we can I thought you could fire multiple graphs in one event. Never actually used them before, so now I'm confused. Oh, mega more. Delete. Event graph, smooth locomotion. Quick Google. Yeah, because I want this event graph to fire custom event in here, but I can't link to this. So I think I just need to undo it and then think about it once it's sorted. Smooth locomotion. This is hands, as well as that part as well. That's widgets. Widgets. Try and keep it all organized, nice and tidy. And then we got big in play. I'll just delete that. We don't need it. I'll save. I forgot to test out the jumping. There we go. It's a bit more difficult to do when it's you move with the left controller and then you jump with the right, the left as well. So you kind of got to think about it. Cool. I don't know what's with the slow motion stuff. I definitely need to fix the weapons so you don't hit them. Edit, project settings, collision. Let's do overlap. Fair one, So it's this one as well. It needs to be set to VR interactable. And everything's gone. Uh-oh. Presets, VR interactable, ignore. See if that helps. That's better. Please pick up. Yay! Man, it's so much fun just based on how much stuff you've got in it. I thought the offset was pretty bad. Okay. Okay, I am really happy with this right now. Balance template. Save. Cool. I've got about half hour left. So now I was trying to think of what else I need in here. So like as the template, it's kind of what I was aiming for. What are we going to do? So I'm trying to think of like the basics that a template might need, and then go from there. So we got the hands, grab components, that's all fine. Game instance, smooth locomotion. I'm not too worried about climbing, although it could be useful to have in there, but I really don't care for it personally. Anthog.io, love it. Awesome, thank you. It's been a bit of work, it's taken a bit of time, it's been a bit of work, but it's definitely an upgrade to the system that's in here, or that comes with the default template. So we got the hands. I don't have a left controller because I think tracking's bad on that or something. Where is it? Let's see if it will show up. There it is. So why does my tracking keep dying? I wonder if the battery's low. Let me check. I think they're a little bit low. But it's annoying because it's still there. I've got this. So I can't tell whether it's a bug with the hands or the controllers. Because it doesn't really happen that often. So a little bit annoying. Two-handed grabbing, that could be something to add in. But that is an absolute mess in the project that I've got going. Yeah, the other project I've got with the two-handed grabbing is an absolute pile of spaghetti. So I don't think setting it up is going to be a good thing to do right now. Especially with only half hour left. What's a good thing to work on? Because I'm looking at this in two ways, as though it's like a template that I can put up somewhere for people, as well as like the beginning of a project. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. But the smooth locomotion stuff was where I was aiming for. New beings, do you have either the ALSV4 or OWL? Would you add either of them for animations? I've got to be honest, I don't even know what they are. Are they something to do with Unreal? Oh, I got Hail. UE4 OWL. I'm not actually sure what they are. If you've got a description or anything, then you let me know. Would you add either of them for animations? I'm happy to add anything that I need for animations. It's just I need to know what it is. Advanced locomotion and open world locomotion. Is that not what I've just done? Like a type of it? D4. They're both in the marketplace. Advanced bipedal locomotion and layering for focus on quality characters. Oh, they're like, it's like physics animations and stuff like that, isn't it? Yeah, you can't really do that with VR, it's too expensive. Let me have a quick look at the video. Because anything with physics is really expensive, so you've got to be careful where you use it. And the other thing as well is, if I plan on putting anything up for Patreon that people can download, I can't put asset packs into it. I have to make everything myself. And if I do put something up with asset packs, they have to be free, like permanently. But no, they're pretty cool. Like, if I need them in a project, I'd probably use them for a personal project. But something like this, I wouldn't use it. I also like the challenge of making stuff myself. Like, it's the whole thing about learning. It's snowing. It's March and it's snowing outside. What on earth? I don't get it. Gotcha. The advanced locomotion system V4 made for people to take apart and build their own stuff with. Yeah, that's the one that I'm looking at here. It's really cool. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's wicked. It is free as well. So this is the one that they're mentioning. So it's like you can use it however you want, but you've got to be careful with performance when it comes to the Quest or VR in general, especially with physics-based stuff, because anything that takes overly like a lot of calculations, you could only have like 3 or 4 characters in the viewport at a time. So minimizing that as much as possible is your best bet. It's one of the issues with using plugins from the store, is you've got to kind of be careful of how they're set up and how they work. For example, in this one that I've set up, the VR pawn, it calculates the room scale position, so it updates where you are. every 0.3 seconds. And even to me, that's like too much. It's just happening way too much. So it's kind of that trade-off of when you do it and when don't you do it. And at the minute, this is firing every time I play, every 0.3 seconds. So it's pretty expensive. So ideally what I'd do is I'd look for a reason for this, so when the player stops moving, then it stops. And then only fires when they're actually moving the thumbstick. Which would be one of these. Which wouldn't actually be a bad way to do it. So it's greater than... So if the axis value is greater than 0, we say, okay, we're moving, so we fire this tick. And then once it's less than, we then do it that way. If you were going to create a multiplayer VR game, how would you code the animations? You would do the animations as standard. You would just have to replicate them on the server. If I was to code the animations though, I would have them rigged in something like Blender. And then I'd use Unreal's behavior tree system to fire it that way. That way they can be done individually, and you're not using something like this where it has a full inverse kinematic system built into it, so it's got an IK system. So that'll be running on tick to determine whereabouts the foot should be placed. It's just super expensive. There's a fantastic talk on YouTube, GDC. Let me have a look for it. GDC, pretty recently, on the creating of Star Wars for the Quest, and the stuff that they had to do for it, it was absolutely insane. GDC. Was this it? So yeah, so there's a talk on GDC. This one here, building an expansive Star Wars world in mobile VR. It's half an hour long, but it goes into detail how they had to optimize it and how they had to bring their characters and like the game to life. And it's so difficult to do. It's an absolutely fantastic talk. I highly recommend watching it. But you've just got to be careful what you do. A lot of people jump into VR as their first thing when touching Unreal. It's been pretty heavy lately in the Discord. There's a lot of people opening up Unreal Engine 5 and they're like, okay, we're going to build a VR game. And it's just like, just doesn't work. So if you don't mind, can you type out that description? It's how you would rig set up the animations for a multiplayer VR game so it's efficient. If you hop over to one of the channels, probably general, so the hashtag general in Unreal Engine 4 tab, that'd probably be the best place to post it. So if you just ask the question in there, it will remind me once I've done the stream. But it's, you would just animate it like any other character. You would just use the Unreal behavior tree. But with multiplayer, you then have the server stuff that you've got to worry about, and updating it all on that. What was it doing? I'm gonna see if I can actually set this up so it runs better. So we've got this. Let's move this over. If it's less than 0, it doesn't fire, does it? It'd have to be less than 0.1 or something. So if I take all of this, but also I'm going to be like brutally honest. If you're asking about like rigging characters for animations, I don't think you should be doing multiplayer. Like, multiplayer is seriously difficult. I can't even get it to work on my Quest. Like, photon and all that kind of stuff is an absolute pain to set up. But I'd recommend just, like, trying to figure out the basics first. It's going to be your best bet. if it's greater than 0.1, we do this. No, don't tell me that. Honestly, it is brutal. There's no documentation online for a right way to do it. Everybody I know that's been able to do it just somehow magically did it. Nobody will tell you how to do it. It's greater than 1, then we're gonna set which one am I updating? Let's go. Different scale. Only when we're moving. Okay. Well, that sucks. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. We've got a whole channel dedicated to multiplayer in the Discord, and it's... yeah, I don't think anybody's actually been able to fully get it done. Like, setting up Steam, like if you want to do Steam multiplayer, so it's not Oculus Quest, that's pretty easy. But as soon as you try to target the Quest and you want to do dedicated stuff on that, that's when it becomes a lot more difficult. Wait there, I can do... yeah. Greater than branch. So if we move and it's greater than 0.1, then we do everything we need. And then we'll go from there. So we got this. Say yes, start updating room scale. True. Because we did a print string from the update room scale, it would fire every single time. Velocity. I gotta be possible though, right? I mean, Quest is Meta's flagship for the metaverse and people being able to interact with each other. Oh, it's definitely possible. It's just really bloody difficult. Oculus VR multiplayer. Like, there's nothing for setting up. Unreal. So the best one that's out there at the minute is this, which is shared spaces used through Photon. But if you use this, you've got to go through and download the repo. So you go to the blog, you've got to then go on to GitHub and download like a custom source build. And then you've got to set it up the same way as you do here. And you don't even take control of the players, you're just a floating camera. It doesn't help at all. It's really bloody annoying, honestly. But no, if you get it working, definitely let us know. Would be super cool. Because I really want this project that I want to do to be multiplayer, but I'm not even going to attempt it. I'm kind of going to get like a prototype down, think about everything else, and then see how it goes. This design looks so chaotic. But the benefit is this should now be They should stop running when we stop. So we got nothing. And then we move. I can't move backwards, left or down. Oh, it goes to a negative, doesn't it? Okay, yeah, leave this. I am overcomplicating stuff that I do not need to overcomplicate. But I could always come back to it. Go from there. Oh, why is it doing this again? Let's just undo all of that. There we go. Cool. My screen is completely black, so I'm going to restart Unreal. Because it's an absolute nightmare and I don't know why it keeps doing it. Cool. I really want to set the two-handed now. I wonder if you can do... Nah, it's not gonna work. So I have to do grab component, and then if the weapon is two-handed, I then have a section in try grab, which is here, and then that's set up to do two-handed. This is gonna get complicated fast. Should work pretty well though. I'm already really happy with where we're at. I keep backing it up because I'm like terrified I'm gonna lose it. I just do start numbering it 1. Be a good way to do it. I need to set up Perforce. I always break GitHub. Figure out template, blueprints. Buttons. Wait, blueprint. Button. See. Should be good. Alright, I think we got a couple more minutes and then I'm probably going to start wrapping up. Go cook some dinner, spend time with the baby. Definitely not go outside because it is sunny and it's hailing and it's cold and it's weird. Okay, that's in the right place. Graph. Button unclicked and then print string. Underscore. To be fair, I'm doing this just to test that the widgets work. Cool. How we gonna make it? $200 by 200. Cool. That's all good. Save. Scale's gonna be absolutely huge. Pretty much doing this just to test my hands. Still lagging. My right hand's not lagging. What? So if I pick something up with my left hand, my right hand stops working. If I pick something up with my right hand, my left hand still works. That's not good. I promise. I found something on how to create multiplayer games on Unity. I wonder if it's just no one has done it on Unreal yet, willing to share the knowledge. People have done it on Unreal. There's been a lot of people doing it on Unreal, but it's just... It's literally what you said, like sharing, just people don't do it. There was a dude who figured out in 4.26 a little while back. He put the solution, because there was some bugs in the engine, which had to be like fixed and sorted out. And he put them on the Oculus forums on like how to fix it, and the mods started to remove it. Like started to remove his posts. So you then had to put them on Reddit instead, which was quite an interesting one. Grab left. Yeah, I was able to find it. Yeah, so here it is. It doesn't take long to find. So someone was asking for help on setting up multiplayer. This dude figured out that there's a load of like issues that you got to go through, and you got to fix some stuff in the Unreal source code, and like things to remove. And they started to remove his stuff, so you had to go over to Reddit and post it there instead. And it's like stupid mods deleted and fixed it. So yeah, it's a bit of a pain. From what we've seen, the best solution is that one that I just showed with Photon. But you might be able to use the Oculus plugin inside of Unreal. So project setting, edit, plugins. The online subsystem for Oculus to do like networked stuff. So I don't think you can host servers with this, but you can host them locally on the headset and then have that run. But I don't think the Oculus plugin works through the PC. I think you've got to build it to the headset for it to do anything. I don't think it's easy. And I also don't know why my controller, or as soon as I grab something, my right controller stops. How component right? Is it that? Don't think I messed that up. Teleport's not working now. Teleport only works in certain places. Yeah, as soon as I'm holding left hand, my right stops. But if I'm holding with the right hand, it all works. I'm pretty sure I should be doing a print string. You had it working nicely. I didn't try this, so this is just a bug. Everything else is still working exactly how it was meant to, except the right control is just not getting it. Aha, there it is. Hell component right. Boom. Okay. Now, if I fix all of these, pretty sure that should do it. There we go. Which is pretty good. Don't think our button is pressing. That will be because of the the stupid template, isn't it? Because the template only activates the widget when you open the menu, and it's really freaking annoying. Yeah, see? Trigger press left. Can you briefly explain what you did to fix it? So, in the player, we have a held component. Basically, when we grab something, we get a reference to it. So here, held component left. And what I did was I duplicated the left one to say if there was something in our left hand, then we could, if there's something not in our left hand, so it is not valid, it means our hand is empty, so we can do our trigger touched and we can play our animations. However, I had it for the right one, so because I was holding something in my left hand, it thought the right hand was like holding something as well. So it just broke it. Basically just broke it. So the left hand, so when holding something with the left hand, the right hand thought it had something, whereas the right hand when holding something just didn't think it had anything at all. It wasn't looking at it. So it's just a silly mistake on my end. But that means the other backups that I did won't have that change. So 2. Then we can go from there. But now I want to check why this isn't firing. Clicked. Because my interactions work with the hand, so style, hovered. So when we hover, we'll turn it to red, and then if we press it, turn it to blue. See if our widget's actually existing. So yeah, our widget doesn't exist. But if we open the menu, then it does. Oh, I can't stand it. I don't understand why this is set up like this. It's not needed at all. Widget interaction. I'm pretty sure I set this up anyway. Because they still exist. Should debug. So they're on my fingers. Oh, it's not that. It's the freaking... The collision type's different, isn't it? When it spawns the menu, the widget is set to custom, and then it's only 3D widgets that has it. So if we select the button, widget, collision, UI, custom, 3D, pretty sure that's it. Yeah. And now I'm right. There we go. So we hover, we get blue, and then kind of flip-flop. So I've got it set up so when I touch it and then release, that's when it fires. I'll save, menu, blueprints, pressed, so yeah. So we've got widgets working, we've got interactions working. Made some good progress. I'm going to delete that one because I just wanted to check those hands. File, save all. But yeah. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go away and then I'm going to kind of come up with a list of what it is I need features wise, and then maybe start looking at a devlog and build something fun. With a sci-fi shooter or something. I think it would be pretty good to do. Hardest part will be coming up with an art style. Yeah. Alright. I hope I hope those who are here and stuck around enjoyed it. And then, where is it? Your channel. Videos. Yeah. Awesome. Alright. Yeah, before I go on too long, kind of wrap up there. It's either that or I could do an overview of what we've done. So, we've got hands rigged, we added smooth locomotion, we've got the teleport still in there, that works. Although it's a bit dodgy with the floor. And then go from there. I'll definitely be in the Discord, let me know if you need any characters, bro. Thanks for it. That's alright, I'm glad I was able to help. But definitely, if you want to do like modeling and stuff like that, we've probably always got somebody in here who needs stuff. So it might be worth putting in the there's a channel for show off. So if you got any like portfolio pieces or anything like that, you can always put them in there. Twitter. I rarely use Twitter, that's the problem. I'll put one now. Why not? There you go. gotta follow. 3D modeling animation. That's where I started. Well, I started with the 3D modeling, and then moved over to the Unreal stuff. But yeah, alright, before I get distracted, I've definitely got to go, because I'm already running late. Should have wrapped up about 5 minutes ago, and then go from there. So, yeah, just literally head on over to Discord. We're always in there hanging out, pretty much all day, every day. And then in between work as well. Alright guys, bye.